Hey kids, it's your old pal Scooter coming to you live from the Granville Guitars World Headquarters here in lovely St. Petersburg, Florida. You've been asking for it, and it's finally landed on my bench. This is the BC Rich Erik Rutan Ironbird 7. First 7-string Ironbird that BC Rich has ever done, and they've done it for our good friend Mr Erik Rutan. And I'm telling you what, it's a hell of an instrument. It really is a hell of an instrument. The workmanship is stellar, off the charts, off the chain, however you want to pronounce that, or however you want to say it. It's excellent guitar. All mahogany body with the bevels on this, and no binding, unlike his primary Redbird, as we call it. It's red with the black binding, and it's got straight sides on it to accommodate the binding. Now his signature 6-string I think is going to be more along those lines, but the 7-string has the bevels. Fishman pickups, I believe we have the modern H Alnico here in the neck pickup position, and the bridge is the ceramic. And the other electronics down there are a 3-way switch and a master volume, and you pull up on the volume to change the character voicing of the bridge pickup. We got an ebony board, Jescar extra jumbo frets, and the Rutan inlay. He drew that himself on a piece of paper, and they scanned it in and just sized it out for the various fret positions. Now you'll notice here's something really cool. The truss rod cover has no screws. Isn't that interesting? It's held in place with magnets, which is just cool as heck, because it comes on and off in a hurry when you need to. And it's really cool. The color of this thing is Rutan red, and it's stunning. The pictures that you've seen online, the official BC Rich pictures, are gorgeous pictures, but they just don't do this color justice. It's a very subtle metal flake. But it's quite dense. There's a lot of it, but it's very fine. It almost doesn't look metallic until you look closely at it. And the red is sort of, it's not cranberry. It's more like blood, but it's different than that. It's definitely a unique red. I don't recall seeing this exact red anywhere. Down here. Floyd Rose, the Hot Rod Floyd Rose, 7-string, of course, original Floyd, with the titanium screws and titanium string blocks. Pretty standard trim. Other than the titanium parts, it's just like their regular trim. Grover tuners, 7-string locking nut, 3-piece mahogany neck. I think I may have said that. I don't know. Has a nifty little battery cavity on the back, and all of the cavity covers on the back, the one for the spring cavity and also the one for the control cavity, are also magnetized, which is very slick, very cool. Now this guitar is tuned, and Cannibal Corpse tunings and Hate Eternal tunings can be very weird and wonderful and kind of crazy to get focused on. But here's the long and the short of it on this guitar. As it turns out, Cannibal Corpse uses a G-sharp tuning, and that's what this lowest string is tuned to, a G-sharp. That makes the top 6 strings the same as a C-sharp standard tuning, which is what Erik typically uses in his other band, Hate Eternal. So what that gives us here is G-sharp on the bottom, C-sharp, F-sharp, B, E, G sharp, and then finally C sharp on the top. Now the other interesting thing is this tuning, the bottom 6 strings of this tuning is Rob Barrett's G sharp tuning. Are you beginning to see? Rob prefers to use this without the top string for his 6-string stuff. So it's tuned in perfect fourths all the way across, rather than, all right, I misspoke, I'm sorry. That would actually be, yeah, anyway. It gets confusing, kids, and even confuses me. That's why I have cheat sheets for this. But like I said, it's interesting that that's where Erik has landed with his 7 strings. It's just his 7-string tuning on top, or his 6-string tuning on top, with an added G sharp on the bottom. And the gauges that he's using for the top 6 strings, we're using D'Addario NYXL 11 through 56. That's the NYXL 1156 set. And then he just bought some extra wound NYXL 68 strings for the bottom. So his string set for this is D'Addario NYXL 11 on top, 68 on the bottom. Tuned G sharp, C sharp, F sharp, B, E, G sharp, and F sharp on top. Erik's action is it's a bit higher than normal or than most other guitar players. I set his action up in the high 40s to around 50 thousandths when capoed at the 1st fret and measured at the 12th. Pretty much across the board. He likes to fight it a little bit more. He gets his sound by kind of, pushing the guitar along. So let's flip this thing over real quick. Boy, this finish just really pops. I wish my admittedly inexpensive camera was a little better at this. But you can see these control cavities here. Look, that's for the switch and the volume pot. No screws. No screws on the spring cavity thing. You just push one corner and they pop up. Battery cavity right there for quick battery changes, and Fishmans eat batteries, so that's a good thing. Down here, the builder, I'm not sure of who it was that actually did the build at BC Rich, but they added this cool little volute here at the end. And it's very well executed, and the finish is gorgeous on it. It's just a nice little classy touch. When you come down here to the 1st fret, your thumb just kind of, it meets right there. It's right in the perfect spot, I think. Grover tuners, as we mentioned earlier. Gorgeous finish. Absolutely gorgeous. Not a blemish on it. No orange peel to be found. Folks, do yourself a favor. Even if this guitar doesn't really turn you on, BC Rich makes several models that are really fantastic, and they're USA-made stuff. If this guitar is any representation of what we're going to start seeing from BC Rich, you're going to see big things. Admittedly, the company's been through some ups and downs over the years, but I'm telling you what, this guitar is an up. If this is representative of what BC Rich is going to be turning out, y'all need to go check these things out. It's staggering, just staggering. Fretwork is flawless. I just restrung it and tweaked the setup a little bit, a few little minor adjustments, but I didn't even have to re-intonate. It was already dead on. These are not just people who are building guitars right. They know how to set them up right. Erik took it out of the case. He's been playing it since it got here without me touching it. Today's the first day I've touched the thing. Today's September the 9th, I think, of 2021. He's had it for, I think a month or close to it, and I haven't touched it yet. And I touch all of Erik's guitars. I'm the guy that does his setups for him. So yeah, that speaks to care and detail attention by a company. When a guitar, a custom-made, specialized piece like this comes out of the case, and the player loves it immediately. It's everything that he asked for. Yeah, and you're going to be hearing and seeing it next year on tour with Cannibal Corpse. I think their tour starts in February, the U.S. tour. And I'm pretty sure they're doing festivals in Europe and such next year as well. But I think that's the plan. Don't hold me to that, but I think that's what I've heard mumbled about. Anyway, that's about it. Here it is, man. You guys wanted it, and I try to deliver. BC Rich, Erik Rutan, Ironbird 7, custom shop piece. Beautiful guitar. do yourself a favor. Go check out BC Rich. Even if you don't like this model, you may find something that you really like. And I'm telling you, this thing is built for speed. Anyway, that's all I know for today. If you have any questions or want to know anything further about anything we do here at Granville Guitars, seek us out on the web at www.granvilleguitars.com. You can also find us on Instagram and YouTube and Facebook. So, yeah, that's all I know for today. Be good to one another.